this dude is not retiring after this season. This dude is not just fading away without getting his flowers. This dude is not just disappearing quietly and strolling off into the sunset. Does any of that sound like LeBag to you? That actually sounds like the anti-bag.
Jim Rome just lit a match under one of the biggest narratives in the NBA right now, and the fire is spreading fast. Fans are arguing. Analysts are dissecting every word. LeBron loyalists are defending. Critics are circling. And it all comes down to one explosive question. Is this really the beginning of the end? Or is LeBron James carefully setting the stage for the most calculated farewell tour in sports history? Because according to Rome, none of this feels accidental. Not the emotion. Not the timing. Not the silence. Rome believes there's nothing organic about what we're watching. Nothing spontaneous. Nothing quiet about the way LeBron might exit the game. This isn't a legend slowly fading into the background. This is a global brand preparing its final act.
Of course LeBron wants a farewell tour. The dude lives for praise. I said it yesterday. No amount of credit is ever going to be enough credit for LeBag. It's like he's a black hole of credit, just sucking in all the credit around him, and it's still never enough. So let's not act like we don't know this guy really well at this point. Let's not act like those crocodile tears were some huge tell that this is the end.
So let's ask the real question. Is LeBron actually nearing retirement? Or are we watching the opening scene of a perfectly crafted goodbye tour, one designed to control the narrative one last time? Is this reflection or strategy? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Because whether you love him or question him, you can't ignore him.
Nothing like a homecoming where you get your ass beat by 30 points in your big emotional return. Am I right, LeBag? Now I'm sure that's just how you drew it up. Return home to Cleveland, score 11 points on 10 shots, and get hammered by 30. But, hey, at least there was some good news. The good news being that there was enough garbage time in that blowout for Bronny to almost outscore Pops.
Let's be honest about something right now. LeBron James has never operated like a typical superstar. His career has never been just about basketball. It's been about moments. Optics. Messaging. Power. Legacy. From the decision that shook the league, to championship promises in Miami, to cryptic tweets that set the sports world on fire, to the long-term vision of playing with Bronny and maybe even Bryce. LeBron has always been thinking 3 steps ahead. While the sports world reacts emotionally, he moves strategically. So when people act shocked that retirement might be staged, prolonged, or emotionally packaged, it feels like they haven't been paying attention for the last 2 decades. Because controlling the narrative has always been part of the blueprint.
Although I'm not sure LeCap could even see his kid through the buckets, getting the buckets through all those totally legitimate tears. Yeah, the game wasn't about the game though, right? It was about LeBron. The real question is, what were LeBag's tears for? Were the tears for his return to Cleveland, or were they for that beating that Cleveland put on him in that return?
Jim Rome cuts straight through the sentiment. He doesn't believe LeBron is walking away quietly. He doesn't believe the tears mean it's over. And he definitely doesn't believe this season is some accidental last ride. Rome's take is bold. LeBron wants the farewell tour. LeBron deserves the farewell tour. And most importantly, LeBron knows exactly how to make sure it happens on his terms. Not suddenly. Not mid-season. Not buried in a press conference. But under a spotlight. A controlled spotlight.
Those hometown crocodile tears, were they more believable or less believable than Mike McCarthy Yinzer tears? Or whatever LeBron was doing right here. So LeBag is actually the one who is an actor, although his acting career could have also just been described as ruining Space Jam for everybody forever. Look, I'm not just here for any of the waterworks, because I don't buy the supposed reason why last night was so emotionally charged for LeBag in the first place. I mean, are we supposed to believe that he was that emotional because that was his last game in Cleveland?
And when you look at LeBron's history, it's hard to dismiss Rome's argument. This is someone who understands timing better than almost any athlete ever. He knows how to dominate headlines without even speaking. One Instagram post, one emotional reaction, one subtle quote, and suddenly the entire sports world is asking, is this it? That level of anticipation doesn't happen by accident. It happens because over 20 years, the audience has been conditioned to expect something bigger. With LeBron, there's always a bigger picture. .0.
Believe that. You obviously do not know this dude. You obviously have not been paying attention for the past 2 decades. This dude is not retiring after this season. This dude is not just fading away without getting his flowers. This dude is not just disappearing quietly and strolling off into the sunset. Does any of that sound like LeBag to you? That actually sounds like the anti-bag. No. The bag that I know is going to want a full-on farewell tour. He's going to want to go full Kareem.
Then came the Cleveland return game. The atmosphere was emotional. The cameras were locked in. Every reaction magnified. Every expression analyzed. A tough loss. Lingering shots of LeBron. Speculation everywhere. Some fans saw a legend reflecting on his journey. Others saw something different, a carefully crafted moment designed to spark retirement conversations without confirming anything. Because that's the perfect balance. Don't announce it. Don't deny it. Just let the speculation grow. Keep people guessing. Keep people debating. Keep the spotlight exactly where it's always been. On him.
He wants every single arena to make a goodbye event that's all about him. So miss me with those dry tears being about how that was his last game ever in Cleveland and he was just overwhelmed and overcome by the moment. Oh, and that this is his last season. If by last game ever in Cleveland, you mean every home game in Cleveland next year, where he's not in arthritic or sciatic scratch, then sure, that was his last game in Cleveland last night. The only thing that would stop this from happening is Father Time. And did you notice where he said the other day that he had stopped drinking during rehab? Whatever that means. I mean, did you stop drinking or did you stop drinking during rehab? His point was...
Rome's criticism goes even deeper. Would LeBron really allow his career to end without a full season celebration across the entire league? Think about what that would look like. Tribute videos in every arena. Standing ovations on the road. Custom jerseys. Emotional speeches. Historic acknowledgments. Kobe had it. Dwayne Wade had it. Dirk Nowitzki had it. And LeBron's impact might be even larger. So why would he skip that chapter? Why would someone who has shaped an entire era walk away without the grand finale?
If all of LeGramp's old man ailments overcome him and he just physically can't do it, then this will be it, all right? But the only thing stopping him from getting all of his flowers, which you know he needs and wants and is desperate for, the only thing in my mind that's going to stop him from playing another year is the sciatica.
But here's where the debate gets complicated. LeBron is still producing. Still putting up numbers. Still competing physically. Still impacting games at 40 plus. Most players are long retired at this stage. But this isn't someone who quits early. This is someone who stretches limits until they snap. Walking away while he can still perform doesn't fully align with who he's been his entire career. He doesn't just participate in history. He pushes it.
He's not getting nearly enough attention, nearly enough credit, or nearly the adoration right now that he's going to need. So he's going to make sure he sticks around for a full another year, at least. Full retirement tour. No way this dude walks without throwing himself a season-long going-away party. Now, I want to be clear about this before you say I'm just all about the hate. He deserves it. He deserves it. He deserves it if he wants it. Let's just not act like he doesn't desperately want it or that he's going to leave without it. Of course LeBron wants a farewell tour. The dude lives for praise. I said it yesterday. No amount of credit is ever going to be enough credit for LeBag. It's like he's a black hole of credit, just sucking in all the credit around him, and it's still never enough.
Then there's the family storyline. Playing alongside Bronny. Possibly staying long enough to see Bryce enter the league. Building a multi-generational NBA legacy. That feels bigger than retirement. That feels unfinished. And beyond basketball, LeBron isn't just an athlete. He's an empire. Media projects. Production companies. Partnerships. Ownership ambitions. Global branding power. A farewell tour wouldn't just be emotional. It would be monumental, commercially and culturally. Every arena becomes content. Every tribute becomes history. Every speech becomes legacy material. That's not cynical. That's the modern sports machine. Rome's harshest criticism? That LeBron thrives on recognition. That no amount of credit ever feels like enough. It's a brutal take, but it touches on something real about greatness. The greatest athletes don't just want respect. They want acknowledgement. They want confirmation that what they built mattered. And after 2 decades of GOAT debates, comparisons, criticism, and constant scrutiny, the final narrative matters more than ever. Because this isn't just about retirement. It's about how the story ends. Is he remembered as the relentless competitor who defied time? The leader who carried franchises across eras? The businessman who changed athlete power forever? Or the superstar who orchestrated every moment, even the goodbye? That final chapter will shape everything before it. There's also the physical truth. Sciatica. Foot injuries. Recovery battles. At 40 plus, every season is survival. Rome suggested the only thing that can truly stop LeBron isn't motivation. It's father time. If the body says no, the farewell tour may be forced. But as long as he can still compete, the incentive to continue remains. Because competitors like him don't just wake up and say, "I'm done." They need closure. They need control. They need a final run that feels complete. If there is a farewell tour, where does it begin? Los Angeles? Hollywood lights. Media capital. Legacy meets entertainment. Cleveland? Full circle. Hometown redemption. A poetic ending. Somewhere unexpected? A final twist. A shock move. One last headline. Every option creates a different narrative. And LeBron has always understood the power of Nara. What Jim Rome is really challenging isn't just LeBron's intentions. He's challenging whether anything about this is organic. He's arguing that the emotion, the timing, the hints, all of it is buildup. And whether you agree or not, one thing is undeniable. LeBron understands timing better than almost any athlete in history. When he announces retirement, it won't be random. It won't be rushed. It won't be buried. It will dominate headlines. It will pause the sports world. It will feel like the end of an era. Until then, everything feels like anticipation. Not if he retires. But when? And how? Maybe Rome is right. Maybe this isn't the last season. Maybe the tears weren't the ending, just the preview. Or maybe we're overanalyzing the final stretch of a career that has lasted longer than anyone imagined. Either way, one truth stands above the noise. LeBron James is still the center of the NBA universe. And the moment he truly walks away, the league won't just lose a player. It will lose a headline.